Have you ever felt like your kindness is being taken for granted? Maybe you've helped someone, gone out of your way to make things easier for others, or shown care and love without expecting anything in return. But still, it feels like no one notices. It can be disheartening and even frustrating when your good deeds go unnoticed, leaving you to question whether your efforts are worth it. But here's an important reminder. Even when people don't acknowledge your kindness, Allah sees it all. In Islam, kindness is not about getting praise or recognition from others. It's about doing good deeds for the sake of Allah, knowing that He is aware of every action, every intention, and every effort you make. While the world may not always appreciate your selflessness, remember that Allah's reward is far greater, and He has a perfect plan for you. So, if you've been feeling like your kindness is being overlooked, take comfort in knowing that Allah's knowledge is infinite, and He never forgets the good that you do. Your efforts are not in vain. They are seen, valued, and rewarded in ways beyond what you can imagine. The concept of kindness in Islam. In Islam, kindness is not just a good quality. It is a fundamental part of faith. Allah commands us to treat others with compassion, to give without expecting in return, and to show mercy to those around us. The Quran teaches us that kindness is a reflection of our love for Allah and a means of bringing us closer to Him. One of the most beautiful verses in the Quran says, "And speak to people in a gentle manner." Quran 283, reminding us that our words and actions should reflect kindness, even in difficult situations. Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, also taught us that kindness is a key part of living a righteous life. He said, "The best of people are those who are most beneficial to others." Hadith Ibn Majah. This shows that kindness is not limited to big actions. It can be in small, everyday moments too. Whether it's a smile, a helping hand, or simply listening to someone, every act of kindness is valued by Allah. In Islam, kindness is not about seeking rewards from people, but about pleasing Allah and following the example set by the Prophet, peace be upon him. 2. When kindness feels unseen. It's natural to feel disheartened when your kindness goes unnoticed. You may feel like you've been giving your best, helping those around you, but somehow it's not enough or isn't being appreciated. The emotional weight of being unrecognized can take a toll, making you question your actions and whether it's worth continuing. But in moments like these, it's important to remember that feeling overlooked is a part of life's trials. Sometimes Allah tests us by making our kindness seem unnoticed or unappreciated. This is not a sign that our efforts are in vain, but rather a reminder that the true reward for kindness lies not in worldly recognition, but in Allah's infinite wisdom and mercy. Psychologically, constant selflessness without acknowledgement can lead to feelings of frustration, but Islam encourages us to keep going. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, taught that doing good deeds sincerely, even when no one sees, brings us closer to Allah and brings its own rewards. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, has significance in the sight of Allah, and He never forgets the good that we do. 3. Allah sees your efforts. In times when your kindness feels unseen, remember one powerful truth. Allah sees everything. No act of goodness, no matter how small, is ever overlooked by Allah. In the Quran, Allah promises us that He is fully aware of all our deeds, saying, "And your Lord is not unaware of what you do." Quran 41:46. This verse reminds us that Allah sees every action, every effort, and every intention, even when others do not. When you feel unappreciated by those around you, find peace in knowing that your kindness is not in vain. Allah knows your heart, your sacrifices, and your sincerity. He is the most just, and He does not let any good deed go unnoticed. Allah's awareness is not limited to what we do outwardly, but includes our inner intentions. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, assured us that every act of kindness, no matter how hidden, will be rewarded by Allah in the best way. Even if no one thanks you, Allah is always grateful for your efforts and will reward you in ways beyond your expectations, whether in this life or in the hereafter. 4. Allah has a plan for you. It's easy to become discouraged when your acts of kindness seem to go unnoticed, but Allah has a perfect plan for everyone. Sometimes we don't understand the reasons behind certain situations or why our kindness doesn't seem to bring the rewards we expect. However, we must trust in Allah's wisdom, knowing that He knows what is best for us. Every moment of struggle, every unappreciated act of kindness is part of a greater plan that Allah has for your life. Allah doesn't just reward kindness in this world. He promises even greater rewards in the hereafter. The Quran reminds us, "Indeed, Allah does not let the reward of those who do good deeds go to waste." Quran 9:120. Your selflessness will never go unnoticed in the sight of Allah, and He will reward you in ways that are beyond your comprehension. Sometimes, the reward may come at a time when you least expect it, and in ways that bring you true peace and fulfillment. Trust that every act of kindness, no matter how small, is part of Allah's divine plan. Whether you see the result now or later, know that Allah has a purpose for your efforts, and He will reward you in the best possible way. 5. Encouragement to continue being kind. Even when it feels like your kindness is being overlooked, don't stop being kind. The heart of kindness in Islam is not about receiving recognition or praise from others, but about doing it for the sake of Allah. Every act of goodness, whether it's helping someone in need, showing compassion, or even being patient in difficult times, carries great value in the eyes of Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught that true kindness comes from the heart and is not dependent on the response of others. He said, "The best of people are those who are most beneficial to others." Hadith, Ibn Majah. Even if others don't appreciate what you do, Allah sees and values your effort. Continuing to do good despite feeling unrecognized builds your relationship with Allah and helps you grow spiritually. Remember, every act of kindness you do is a step toward earning Allah's pleasure and drawing closer to Him. Sometimes the reward might not be immediate, but trust that Allah has a perfect plan for you. Keep giving with sincerity, knowing that your kindness will be rewarded in ways you may not yet see. Stay patient and continue to spread goodness, for Allah's rewards are always worth the wait. As we conclude, take a moment to reflect on the value of your kindness. It's easy to feel discouraged when your efforts go unrecognized by others, but always remember, Allah sees it all. Your acts of goodness are not in vain, whether it's a smile, a helping hand, or simply being there for someone in their time of need. Allah knows and appreciates every moment of it. The true reward lies with Him, and He has a perfect plan for you, one that may unfold in ways beyond what you expect. So keep going. Don't stop being kind. Even when it feels like no one is watching, know that Allah is always aware of your sincerity and effort. Continue to do good deeds for His sake, and trust that His rewards are much greater than anything this world can offer. Take comfort in the fact that kindness is never wasted in the sight of Allah. Every act of kindness you perform strengthens your faith and brings you closer to Him. Stay patient, stay kind, and remember, Allah sees you, He values your kindness, and He has a plan that is better than anything you could imagine. Keep trusting in Him,